Hello and welcome again to Casual Magic. First and foremost, happy 2017! We made it! Whew, boy, 2016 was a long year. And actually so long, in fact, that I never got around to making this video until now. I finally have a little bit of time, my very last night, before I go back to work in the morning. So, one thing I originally wanted to show you when I first started this channel was kind of some of the things that I've been able to find in the bulk bins. Sometimes when you walk into a store, whether it's a specific card shop or maybe just a hobby store slash entertainment store that has 10-cent cards, those are ones that you can go through, and if you spend a little time, you can actually find some stuff that's definitely usable for your EDH, Commander, kitchen table. You know, you're maybe not necessarily going to find everything to say, oh, this is modern, this is completely busted, and I'm going to have the best card in the world, but at least you're going to find some stuff that's very usable. I'll get to what I have in a moment, but, you know, some typical things to look out for. If you see anything with a gold border on it that comes from one of these original championship decks, it's definitely worth looking at. Again, if you see anything that's a rare, that's indicated by this gold symbol, that's something to look for. And other times, you know, you'll be shocked to find some old stuff that's definitely not 10 cents. That might actually be worth a few dollars. That definitely doesn't belong there. Or even newer stuff that definitely doesn't belong there. And after a while, you're going to start to kind of get into the habit of looking for certain card names or recognizing certain artwork, and then you'll say, ah, these are ones that I need to take out because these actually might be worth something. It doesn't matter necessarily if these things are $1 a piece and you find them in a bin, or if they happen to be worth a lot more. So definitely take a look at your 10-cent bins. Another thing to keep in mind when searching through these bulk bins is to know your set symbols. Anything up through Stronghold, the rarity wasn't indicated by any sort of color code. That started with Exodus, basically mid-1998 and on. So for a lot of the older sets, unless you're looking up these cards on your cell phone, or you happen to actually play with them and remember them from back in the day, chances are they're going to be passed over by any typical store because they are specifically looking for either cards that they know or possibly something that's like a gold or the orangish mythic rare color. So another thing is if you see a card that is basically Stronghold or older, at least when you're flying through these cards as quickly as you can, set them aside and check them again before you make your purchase, because some of them might actually be worth something more than you expect. And I do have one more tip, but I'm probably going to save it for the second half of this video just because I have a big stack of cards to get through this time. So right now I'm going to hit fast forward and show you the cards that I got in 2015 that definitely should not have been 10 cents. Phew, that's a lot. Considering that I spent about $80 for everything, that is basically my break-even point. There's a bunch of stuff that I got kind of for Commander or for friends that is basically the fun part. But that doesn't really kind of get onto the big profit section. So that's going to be in the part 2 of this video. I hope you're okay with me splitting it up, but it just kind of seemed a little bit too big. Plus I want to get into my special technique that I want to show you in the second half. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in part 2. Until then, good luck.
That definitely should not have been 10 cents.